Hey, welcome to the Ancient Art of Origami Part 2 making, and today we're going to make a boat. So, it probably won't float, but it is a cute little tiny boat. So, let me just go over, before we begin, let me go over the materials that you're really going to need for this. So, if you have a kit like this one, that's great, because it comes with a booklet and how to make things and paper and everything like that, but it's not required. Also, if you do have a kit, the booklet will come in handy, or if you just have one hanging around or something like that. You also need paper, square paper, and can be origami paper. Origami is pleasurable and works a lot easier, but if it's not, then take a regular piece of print paper and just cut it out into a square. So it's like this one. And don't use shiny paper for it if you do have origami paper. I would not suggest using this because the shiny paper crinkles and it's very hard to fold things with it. So just use blank, just paper that's maybe dark or light, and using like a pattern is fine. It's just the shiny, crinkly stuff that kind of, as you can see, kind of like folds backwards. That stuff is very bad for making boats. So, yeah, and then also I will teach you how to make it with sticky notes too. And it's a little bit harder because the boats, as you can see, it's bigger than the paper cup. So it takes a lot more effort. And then also what you can do is, if you want to at the end, you can take a tack and put it up on your wall just to show off. Just to show how amazing it is. So I'm going to begin to teach you how to do this. Alright, so we're going to open up to the part where it talks about boat making. And it's a little bit harder, but I didn't find it that hard to make. It was just as easy. And as you can see, there are 7 parts. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I'm going to teach you how to make a boat. So what you want to do is you want the white side facing you. But if it's just a white piece of paper, it doesn't matter what side. And if it's like a pattern piece of paper or a colored piece of paper like this one, you want that pattern to be on facing downward. But if it's pattern on both sides, it doesn't really matter. So what you want to do is you want to fold inward, like midway. So it's kind of like a letter. Now you're going to want a little bit more room in there so that it's kind of even. And it takes you a while to get the even thing, and I still can't get the even thing, but it doesn't really affect the boat as much. Okay? So then there's just, that should stick out. Then what you want to do is you want to take each side, well, each corner, and fold it inward and kind of make like a triangle. The exact triangle. See how that makes a triangle? It folds inward. You want to do that with every single one, and they're probably not going to be even. That's okay. I found it, mine were uneven, but my boats turned out, where did the boat go? The boat turned out still nicely, even with the unevenness and the not midway thing, and because it just turns out to stick. Okay, so it doesn't quite matter. Don't get all upset that it's not even or anything like that. It doesn't affect the boat that much. So then what you want to do is you want to fold each side like that. And it's a little bit harder to see it because it's black paper, but it folds inward like that. And you just want to take the side and just do that. Okay. want to do that with each part. And with the crinkles, with the sparkly paper, what you find is that it doesn't fold here as easily. It takes a lot of effort, and we don't really want you to put too much into it, because it's supposed to be fun, not hard. So that makes a boat. Now what you want to do is you want to flip it over, so you can't see any of the crinkles. It's just black, like that. So you can't see any of the crinkles. And you want to take each side and, okay, first of all, you wanted to make, actually, I messed up. You want it to have a little point here. So, if it doesn't have a point, then just, you can refold it. It's fine. That's what I'm doing now. And then, that's when you flip it over, and you take each point, and you fold it, like, inwards at maybe, like, 30 degrees inward. So, and that's one. So now you have this, and then what you do is you take inside and flip it inward. So now you have a little tiny boat. And it's going to take some practice after quite a while. It just takes a while to do. And what you want to do is you probably want to tape the bottom, because it kind of sticks. With this, it has tape, and it doesn't. So as you can see, there's a dramatic difference in height. But that is how you make a boat with regular paper. And then really quickly with the sticky notes, it doesn't take much effort either. You just, it's the same exact steps as the other one. It's just a lot smaller, a lot harder to work with. But it does come out evener. I don't know why, but sticky notes seem to have a way to come out evener. And it's the same exact square type thing. They're just better to use, even though they're smaller. So they need to make maxi sticky notes. So that's just the same thing. And then you use all the same exact steps. Now, the problem with sticky notes is this part, the part where you fold everything in, that part is not very easy. I mean, it looks really easy to make these types of things, but it is not that easy. It takes a lot of folds and it takes a lot out of the sticky note. So as you can see, it's not as even here anymore. It's a little bit off. And then you fold inward, you fold inward again, and then you lift these flaps, and you have a boat. So that is how you make boats in origami. Thank you for watching The Ancient Art of Origami, Part 2.